Hey guys, it's Bree. I don't know what Nick's doing over there, picking at his eye.
It hurts.
This is day 5 in New York. We're in a cab, so I thought I'd say good morning to you in a cab in New York. It is like 19 degrees. And I'm so tired. Nick insisted that we get up early this morning. Early is not my favorite thing ever.
Yep. Thank you.
We are in Strawberry Fields, dedicated to the memory of John Lennon on what would have been his 45th birthday in October of 1985. Created by Yoko Ono with an endowment of $1.5 million, it is 1.3 acres. Strawberry Fields is in the shape of a tear. That way when Yoko Ono looks out her window, she sees a tear to remember her murdered husband. It is dedicated to world peace and harmony. 3 weeks after this place opened, Yoko Ono took out a full-page ad in the New York Times, because they did not have the internet, asking for countries to donate to world peace. Ironically, the first country that put events for peace in Strawberry Fields was Afghanistan. How the world does change in 30 years, 40 years, right? How the world does change. Now this is the beautiful Imagine mosaic. Now this was initially going to be a statue of John Lennon. But Yoko realized that to look out her window every morning and see a statue of her murdered husband was much too much. So instead, this wonderful mosaic came about. Now it's based on some ruins in the city of Pompeii in Italy. It was actually given to us by the city of Naples. It took 2 craftsmen from Naples 11 days of full-time effort to assemble these 11,000 interlocking pieces. Now Strawberry Fields comes from the classic Beatles song, Strawberry Fields Forever, which is actually about an orphanage there where John Lennon lived when he was a kid. The legend says he was so unhappy and frightened in his alcoholic home, violent home as a small boy, that he used to sneak out of his house at night, go sleep at the orphanage called Strawberry Fields, where he fell sick. That's quite the story. Now Imagine comes from his greatest composition, Imagine. Now some of the lyrics in Imagine say, imagine all the people sharing all the world. Well, when John Lennon wrote that, our president was a man named Richard Nixon. When Richard Nixon found out John Lennon wrote a song that said, imagine all the people sharing all the world, he denounced John Lennon as a communist. He then instructed the Federal Bureau of Investigation to deport John Lennon from the United States for his anti-war and communist activities. They took an old marijuana charge that John Lennon had paid literally a 50-pound fine for in London. And they spent 7 years trying to throw him out of the United States. Richard Nixon was terrified that John Lennon would rally the youth of America against him. He became #1 on what was known as Richard Nixon's enemies list. Isn't that amazing? His #1 enemy was John Lennon, right? Well, after 7 years, he was allowed to stay, and then he was murdered by Mark David Chapman across the street. Now, the reason we start in this beautiful place, even on a frigid day, is not just for the beauty of Central Park, but it's because John Lennon loved New York City. John Lennon was very fond of saying that the center of the art world in the 19th century was Paris, and the center of the art world in the 20th century was New York. And we just hope here by the end of the day, where it'll be 20 degrees warmer, you guys have some small idea about why John Lennon loved this city so much. And that
Scoot down.
So we just got out of seeing David Letterman, the which was super cool.
It was. I did not expect it. And she got us second row tickets.
Let me tell you. So we went up there and talked to some of the late show people, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are really pretty. We want you in the front row." So we got VIP seats. It was pretty awesome.
We got the select treatment. They walked us right down. We got in the studio first.
Yeah, we got in theater first. We didn't have to wait that long out into the cold, which was awesome because it's freezing.
And I'm tired from laughing and clapping.
Yeah, they made us laugh and clap hysterically since we were in the front row.
Yeah, because they don't use a laugh track. It's all audience, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
think
it was
about it,
really
they don't have the
fun.
whole button.
So we had to laugh and hoot and holler and be super excited. It was like being an extra, but not being paid for it.
Yeah, but Aaron Neville was there.
Yeah, we had a local 504 guy, so shout out to Aaron Neville. And if you guys have watched David Letterman on the February 18th, they were in the second row, but this video will not go up February 18th. They'll probably go up like next week sometime.
Oh, yeah, if.
Yeah. So if you guys saw blonde me in my mint green shirt, yeah, you're probably wondering like, oh, she's worn the same thing every day. Yeah,
it's been cold, we need to layer.
And I don't own cold clothing. I'm like, can't wait to get back to 80-degree New Orleans in the winter.
It's gonna be nice to come back home.
Yeah, I've loved New York, but I like being home. I don't like waiting in lines for everything. Everything, you have to wait hours to eat. I've never experienced that. Like maybe during Mardi Gras you have to wait an hour to eat, 2 hours, but I've never like stood and waited to stand in another line and wait to get in a door.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's insane. And everywhere, you just stand around and wait. I can't even handle that.
And now we gotta go wait outside.
For Mamma Mia. That's next. He got us amazing seats. We're gonna be in the third row for Mamma Mia. Super pumped. So then that makes, what, 4 Broadway shows we've seen?
4, yeah.
Passion, Wicked, Chicago, Mamma Mia.
And Passion was third row, Wicked was third row.
11th row for
11th,
Chicago, and third row for Mamma Mia. 3's my lucky number.
And then second for Letterman.
Second row for Letterman.
So not
And
bad.
that will bring our trip to a close.
Oh, we're gonna go have some fun now.
Okay, bye.
Taking this stuff on and off. I walked.
We just got out of Mamma Mia. It was so much fun. Usually I don't like fluffy kind of musicals. It was just fun and it was good, and that makes our 4 Broadway shows while we're in New York. It's my last night in New York and I want to cry, but it was so much fun and so good. So we're ranking the 4 in order. Number 1, Wicked, and like 15 down. Then it goes Mamma Mia, Chicago, Passion, in that order. So it was really fun. All the actors were so good, and she was amazing. The lead was so good. So I don't know what else we're gonna do. We're gonna bum around Times Square and take all the cold in until we go back to our normal warm climate and wearing shorts. So yeah, that's all from New York. Thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Bye.